What's up guys, welcome back to the video. Today's video is going to be a room tour video, as you could probably tell by the thumbnail and the title. It's been about 3 months since I moved into this place, and it's taken about that long to get it all organized and the way it currently is. Part of that reason is explained in my life update video, which you can watch by clicking the card, and some of the other stuff that pertains particularly to the actual organization of my room is going to be explained at the end of the video. So if you want to know more about why it took me 3 months to set up my room, stick around to the end of the video to hear more about that. But for now, let's just dive straight in to the tour. Alright, so I'm going to start at my door, obviously, and then sort of work my way around the room in sort of a clockwise direction. So obviously we start here. I've got my belts and my keys hanging up here. I do still have a set of spare keys for when I go back home to my parents' place somewhere else. These ones are just specifically the keys that I use to get into this house. And I've also got my hat. I do need to get another one, like a new one. This one owes me nothing. And I've got my thickest jacket here. My sort of leather jacket sits over my chair next to my desk. And we move around this way, and we've got my altar set up in the corner. Probably the most organized spot in the entire room. It's not fully the way I would like it, but we do have sort of, you know, like the candles there for representing fire, sort of at the top. It is currently facing west. That's not usually the direction for fire, but I've got it sitting there for like the sunset, which is actually my favorite time of day. So, you know, the sun also being a big ball of fire setting in the west, I thought it would fit. I've got my stones and my plate over this side for the south, because there's more water, more earth that way, and it's really only because the water stuff's at the other end, because the harbour is north of me, so the closest body of water is north. And then all the other stuff's at the front here, like the bookmark, the book, and the card. They all represent air. I mean, so do the wand and the singing bowls over here. But I can't have it all sitting at the front. And then obviously my family photo frame there, because I do assets reverberation. Now, I've just noticed that as we continue around, there is sort of a little tight squeeze here. We sort of squeeze through. There is a space here that I've just noticed is not currently being used for what it's intended to be used for. And that is, if I come back over this way, for my washing basket. So we'll move that there. Like I said, not everything's entirely... There we go. Perfect. But we come around into this like dead end corner because I can actually get underneath my bed here. And to begin with, and kind of the reason why it's here, is I've got the support bar for the top of my bed, and I've got my clothes hanging from it. I've got my washing basket for when I go to hang stuff out. But then in behind it is all my storage. That's basically, at the moment, it's a bunch of clothes I've got to go through, most of which, if not all of which, I'm donating. It's got spare bedding and stuff in case I have guests. And it's also got all like my spare towels and stuff as well, because there's no actual like linen cupboard, linen press in this house. So we're making do with what we've got. Then obviously I can't continue down this next wall because my bed is there, and this is, I mean, I have said I'll discuss it at the end of the video, but a little bit of a spoiler, this is the main reason why it took me 3 months to get this organized. Is this loft bed. There is a full story about it. Again, I will talk about it at the end of the video. So we will just continue around and we'll talk about what's sort of under the bed and where we sort of started the video, which is the desk, which is, as you can see, nicely cluttered right now. I can also go underneath. There's my chair. I've got this here. My chair can fold up, so I'm looking at trying to get another little set of drawers because that'll fit next to it. And that gives me a couple more drawers for storage and stuff, so I can put some of this stuff away and then still be able to fully access everything. And then obviously once I get rid of those clothes underneath and stuff, I'll have a bunch of space under there as well. So we're not fully there yet, but we are on the way. Right here, I've got some very minor cosmetics, like my nail polish and stuff. They're not painted at the moment. I've been meaning to paint them for a couple of weeks and I've just never really gotten around to it. I got a photo album from when I was 13. That's a fun thing. That might be a story time video one time and I'll walk you through it. Books for reading, all of my stuff from film premieres and stuff that I've attended, an empty photo frame that I'm hoping I will be able to very soon fill with a photo of my nan and my pop, and then all at the other end, in those and in these things here, I usually keep some snacks, because I've found that if I eliminate the packaging that they're in, I'm less likely to, and like portion them out in a certain way, I'm less likely to eat a whole bag of, you know, Skittles in a sitting, for instance. So baby steps to getting back into my fitness routine. And then at the moment, over this side, and we'll continue in a round sort of a way. I've got my journal just here. I'm going to get back into journaling soon. My medication's obviously just there. My necklaces, they were on my desk, but as you'll see in a second, that's not an option anymore, so I've got to figure out something for those. These are vision board kits. I will eventually be doing those up. They'll probably end up above my altar so that it's all like there. I do also, while I'm thinking about wall decorations, I do also have a bunch of posters just here that I've got to get frames for. So the walls are, as you can see, completely empty. So I am working on that. But no, so those vision boards will go over there, and then we've got my Stanley Collector coin and my CD that I got from the With Confidence Stand Atlantic concert that I went to, which was very fun. Then we will continue around and we come to the desk corner. Now, this is a mess. And it's gonna be a mess until I can get the rest of the room sorted. So we'll sort of sit down and we'll go through it. My coffee's probably cold by now, but you know what? That's fine. It's just black coffee, so it now just tastes like iced coffee. But no, so obviously, to start off with, is my actual desk itself. We can see it's a bit of a mess. I've got my gaming headset next to my computer because it is a gaming computer, and I otherwise don't use it. I have another headset that I use when I'm watching movies and stuff, and at the moment I don't really play online on my PlayStation or my Switch, so it's not needed out there. So it's in here. I have got my actual like Bluetooth headset for listening to music sitting here at the moment, because the bag is here covering the lights so that it's dark when I sleep. It's kind of the reason why Gengar and what we can see just here, they're sitting there, because they stop the light that comes off the thing for the ring light for when I'm filming in this corner. We've also got my mic, which I have loosened at the base so that it'll swing out, swing back. So that's there. And then the messiest part is the shoe rack, because it's all just sort of like squeezed in out the way. The top shelf is just a mess at the moment. I've got to figure something out there. But then the next two shelves down are just shoes, and then the bottom, like the actual floor, has got boxes and stuff that like my modem came out of, or that my PS5 came out of, or that sort of thing, so that if and when I move again, actually not if, just when I move out, I have the boxes to put them all in, and I can just move and whatever. The other thing with this is that underneath the stairs, ground floor, I have actually got, you can't see them, I don't know why I'm trying to show you there, I have actually got my dumbbells and my, I haven't put it down, and my gloves for doing those with. They are unfortunately in a very out of sight, out of mind place, so I don't use them as much as I would like to. And also on one of the shelves, not on display, were my work shoes, because this whole system, like I said, this whole part of the room is the least organized. And then under my desk, which I'm sure you can see a little bit of, I've got my bin, both my rubbish and my recycling, and then my work bag, and what I was using as my school bag, which I will be using as my school bag again next year. So it's just sort of sitting there, out of the way, not bothering anybody, but like next to my computer, because if I have to take my computer anywhere, that's the bag I'm gonna need. So yeah, and then obviously, like I said, jacket on the back of my chair. So that's, and then I think this was kind of the same from when I was in the other place, but I've got my Odyssey, Iliad, Metamorphoses, a little book just on Greek myths, a Kitty Pryde and Lockheed Pop, because I like dragons and I like Kitty Pryde, photo of my family, and then like I said, Gengar is sitting here on top of a canteen bandana to stop that light from shining during the night time, so that the room is nice and dark. And Gengar's currently sitting on top of my copy of the first book in the Shadow and Bones trilogy, because I am desperately trying to encourage myself to get back into reading. I miss it. I want to get back into it. So yeah, that's kind of a tour. And I mean, my walking stick's here as well, because that's just where I had it to be out of the way, but I can move that now because my altar is fully set up. This goes, if it will fit, if it will, ooh, if I can get that in there, that will fit nicely. It does not want to go. God damn it. Okay, it can just sit here for the moment. That's my Pop's walking stick, so it's going to go next to the altar. Hopefully I'll be able to figure something out and it will be able to just be its own thing. So let's sit you guys back up here. Square that off. Beautiful. I'm gonna get my coffee. And I'll tell you the tale of why it took me 3 months to set my bedroom up. So as I'm sure you were probably able to tell from the tour, this bedroom is tiny. The other bedroom I had at the other place by comparison was much larger. I had a lot of space to walk around, and actually now that I think about it, the only 2 pieces of furniture that have stayed, that were mine, that have stayed with me in this room are the little chest of drawers underneath the desk, like underneath this desk I'm sitting at, and my study desk in the corner. The bed in the other place was a double. A double in this room. The door would not open properly because the bed came out to a certain length. The width was fine, but it came out to a certain length. If I'd been able to sort of turn it sideways and have it go along a wall, I would have missed out on 2 drawers underneath my bed, so a bunch of storage space gone. But if I'd been able to make it fit, the door would have opened properly and it would have been no issue. Problem was it would have had to been on this side because the only power point in the room is right here next to the door. Like, the light switch is here, it's basically directly under it. So that's the only light switch, the only power point I've got. So everything that I'm running, from my watch charger sitting just here to my computer over in the corner, it's all running from the 2 sockets just here. I've got extension cords and whatnot running around the room. I want to get a little mat or something, a little like throw rug or something to cover them up so it's not a trip hazard. And also so that when I come down first thing in the morning, my bare feet are just touching the cold, like, laminate flooring. Pretty sure it's laminate and not vinyl, because I'm pretty sure it's real timber. It's just either extremely highly polished or it's a laminate finish on it, because it scratches super easily, which is an issue when you're trying to move a bunch of uni students around. But anyway, but no, so yeah, so the bed is too wide for the door to open fully to be able to like fully access everything. And then by the time we got the loft bed, I was like, it's gonna have to go on the long wall. Problem with that is, my window is in the middle of the room, so I've had to position my bed in such a way that the window actually takes up, because on the other side of the bed where there's the gap that would face to the window, I've got, for the width of the little staircase on the other side is just a solid panel, and for the width of the cupboard just here, which I didn't show you, it's just winter clothes and whatnot, some spare sheets and whatnot for winter. But on the other side, that's a solid panel as well. So I had to try and fit the windowsill into the gap, which is what's given me the space on both sides. Luckily it was wide enough that I could sit my desk in there, so that I had a full walkway around to that bit. But the chest of drawers that I've got sitting over there would have fit underneath the desk, except for 2 very minor problems. The first one being that while it will fit under the desk surface, the support beams underneath come down too far for the whole thing to slide back far enough, and it is about a centimetre too long. If this gap was a little bit wider, or if that was a little bit shorter, it would fit in nicely. Unfortunately, not to be, so I'm now looking at getting another little bedside table thing to just sort of sit in underneath here for some extra storage. Probably end up getting a shoe rack or something for over in the corner here, so I can get them off there and just do something else with that. Yeah, there's a few little things that I want to sort of do, but so I had to get this, and I had to get the chest of drawers that I've currently got, because the other one was a tall one, which would have been great for being able to just slide in next to the other side, but the back of it was real moldy because the other place was super moldy. It's kind of one of the reasons most of the furniture didn't survive, was just the amount of mold in that other room. So yes, new bed, new chest of drawers, and this bed came in 6 separate boxes, and that was only an issue because one of them somehow got separated from the rest and went for a little bit of a joyride through, you know, sort of central New South Wales for about a week or so. And then once my parents actually had them all, I had to try and organise time to get down here to help me build it, and school was still in, the actual school terms were still going. I was still at afters at the time, and so it was kind of like just trying to figure out when would line up so they could come down and help me build it, and it was a whole thing, and it took 3 months. From the first move in to you know, realize where we realized, okay, a little bit of mold damage and it's too wide with the double bed, to then, okay, well, we put a king single, we'll bring the mattress down. There were a couple of weeks where I was just sleeping just the mattress on the floor in the corner, and then to now, where I've got everything sort of set up. Yeah, it's been a journey, but we're here, we did it, we're done. My crystal ball is just here, because even though my Book of Shadows is on my altar, when I'm going to be writing in it, I'll be sitting here doing it. I'll be sitting here doing my vision board stuff. That's really more of just like a not an aesthetic thing, cosmetic's what I'm looking for. That's more of a cosmetic thing. I'll actually be like doing my, like I'll bring my whatever tools I need over to here to actually perform my rituals. The other thing too is I need to open my window whenever I've got the candle going, for obvious reasons. It's literally a flame in my house, and I am not putting the candle here because the whole frame is made out of wood, and I don't want to accidentally set my bed on fire. So that's why I've got my crystal ball sitting here, otherwise it would also be on my altar. And also, not for nothing, but it needs a power source, so it has to kind of be where other things that take power are, which is here. So that's all I've got for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever it is on your device. And while you're there, go ahead and ring that bell. Turns on those push notifications so you can be kept up to date with when I upload new videos. Let me know in the comments down below, once I've got everything fully set up and all nice and presentable and whatnot, do you want me to do a more like aesthetic room tour video and like, you know, get some nice like sweeping camera, like actually use my camera, get some good high quality footage? Like, would you like to see that, or have I done the room tour so you don't need to see it again? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm on the fence about whether or not to do that. If it gets enough interest, I will do it, and if not, I won't. But yeah, with that all being said and done, until next time guys, keep your head screwed on.